Greetings and welcome to Zord's Scientific Space Program's second episode. Today we're going to save Bill, and we're going to do it with this rocket. This is basically a slightly redesigned version of the rocket Bill used to get stranded on the moon, but with a bit more fuel. As you see, when we launch, we can go directly from the suborbital arc to a Mon encounter, which is pure coincidence. You can't time these if you know what you're doing, but this was a pure coincidence, pure luck. So we go straight into a Mon encounter after launch, without going into orbit in between, which I generally always do. And soon we should get our first proper look at the spacecraft. Here it is. It is, as I said, almost identical to the previous version, with two notable exceptions. First, it's got a probe core, so it's going to the moon without a kerbal in it. And secondly, it's got slightly more fuel in the return stage, so it can probably return. Also, it had a slightly bigger launcher, but that doesn't really matter now. So we're coming in, and I'm gonna try to land basically on top of the old lander where Bill's located. So I'm gonna practice my precision landing for a bit. Because, we don't want to make Bill have to walk unnecessarily. He's got short legs, he's a kerbal. So we coming in here trying to adjust our descent, and we've got plenty of fuel in the stage left, so we can probably put this down using minimum of fuel from the lander. So there's the lights, getting close, we detach this and it bounces up and gets thrown back down by the engine exhaust. But no damage done, and we have the craft on the ground, and we are taking aboard all the science, because I figure just because we have to rescue Bill doesn't mean we should get a lot less science. So now we just have to fly over there. And while he does, you can... Oh, shit. Well, that kind of worked out. He arrived where he should be. And undamaged. Luckily, kerbals are apparently made of rubber. So, just take a few more science reports, and we're going home. Yeah, there's nothing else to do here, so we should just have to launch eastwards and hope the fuel is enough this time. So just watch the fuel meter go down rather quickly as we have our fingers crossed that the orbit will get into curving. Yes, and yes, we are safe. Now we just have to wait while talking to Mission Command over the radio. So we are about to start re-entry. There we go. Now, luckily I'm known for my very elegant and controlled re-entry, so this should be no problem. Yep, there we go. Yep, that's it. So we detach the engine stage. You can't really see it because it's really dark. But we have two parachutes bringing the cargo and crew down to the surface. Here we go. That is a bit more bright, close to the surface. And then we detach the science module. This makes a lot more sense if you have the original design, where the capsule has the parachute on top, so it can land as it should. But now, well, yeah, it's pretty much the old design. Now, I see some lakes over there. They may be a different biome that I haven't gotten a science report from yet. So Bill's gonna walk over there, take a look. But before something stupid happens, let's recover the science part to make sure we get all that science safe and sound. And now he walks. And there's a bug here, because the biome shows as tundra, and yeah, these lakes are not a different biome, not even while swimming in them. So we take our tundra sample, yeah, and we recover Bill, and then we recover the lander itself. Now we have all the science brought back from the moon, which is quite a lot. So let's unlock. What do we need? We want to be able to build aircraft, I think. So we're gonna lock that, and we want some fuel pipes, and well, might as well take all the rocket parts. We want some of those, and yeah, let's just unlock the entire tier. So now we have new technologies, and with these we build this magnificent spaceship, which has asparagus staging, because I can do that now. This ship is going to Minmus, because it's pretty much the only place we have left where we haven't done a lot of science. Now we can do lots more science on the Mun, but we should go to Minmus too, because I think we should have at least been to both the moons. And I will admit, this rocket may be a bit over-designed, and apparently it's a bit glitchy too, because apparently I forgot the fuel lines that connects the asparagus, the radial asparagus stages to the central stack. So yeah, you fix that by transferring some of the fuel into the central stage and decoupling the radio stages. It's not good, but I really think we can make this mission work anyway, because with this much fuel we should be able to land and return no problem, given that Minmus's gravity is super low. And look, I got the Kerbal Alarm Clock back. Yes, my favorite mod. One of the few mods I use at all. And we have we are in Minmus's sphere of influence, so it's time to start making the science and also prepare for our orbital insertion. Now, seeing me go to Minmus and back would probably be the definition of not very exciting, seeing that in my previous space program I basically did nothing else than go to Minmus. But this time, for fairness, I'm going to land, and I only done that once on camera before, so maybe a little worth seeing. And also there's science in this one, you see, using the science parts all the time, getting lots of science. Anyway, we are in low Minmus orbit, and we're gonna pick out a landing spot. And I think I got one there, that flat lake bed. We call it lake beds, but no one knows if they're actually lakes. We can assume that they are. And because we have so much fuel in this stage, I'm gonna have a bit more aggressive landing and land ahead of this little, what do you call it, peninsula. Not that it's surrounded by water or anything, but that thing. The not flat thing we're heading towards. So, falling down very slowly, as is usual on a low gravity world. I find it more useful to look at the radar altimeter, and you can see the speedometer at the same time, because it's hard to judge how much you need to brake. And here I'm going to try and do some bit of a show-off move where I'm landing the whole thing, and I'm gonna leave the stage standing on the surface. Yeah, that looks good. It's gonna stay there. Imagine if the Apollo crew did that. So we're landed, and it looks like it's gonna stay. I mean, it's not gonna pick up more momentum, so we can just make sure it doesn't fall on us, at least. So let's go ahead with the science. Science. And Bill is gonna go out and take some samples and make some reports, and of course plant a flag. That's important. So let's go with the flag. Yep. Minmus landing site, because we land in Minmus. Looks minty. Yeah, the Kerbals seem to be sort of fixated on Minmus's maybe or maybe not being edible. So let's check out this rocket stage. And I have an idea. So let's go and pick up another flag. See if we can plant it on here. No, we cannot. Oh well. We did what we came here to do. So let's go home. Let's just have a bit of chat with Mission Command before we go, and we're off. Also, this small Rockomax engine that I unlocked recently, very useful for missions in the Kerbin system, in my opinion. So with a very light ship and an almost full fuel tank and a very efficient engine, this isn't very exciting. We just get into orbit, and we want to do our ejection burn right about there, and then we do it. There's not even any any probability of us running out of fuel on this mission. The burn will take a few seconds and use a tiny bit of our fuel. So there we go. So now we just warp till we hit the atmosphere. And given that we have so much fuel left, I'm going to try and land this thing in one piece. That's not how it was originally planned. Originally, it was, as usual with my designs, planned to separate before landing. So we have the science cargo part and the crew part landing on different places, even if they're very, very close to each other. But this time, because we have engines and lots of fuel, I'm gonna try and make it in one piece. So we gently brush through the atmosphere to slow us down. Luckily the science experiments are apparently very fireproof. Skip ahead of it till we deploy our parachutes, and we're landing in the dark so we can't see what we're doing, but we have the radar altimeter and it tells me it's time to brake now. And yep, we tumble head over heels, so to speak. But if we detach the capsule, we can recover the science bits, which gives us lots of science, and still have Bill be able to climb out of the pod and do his final bit of experiments. And oh, we totally forgot about the thermometers on the mission, but no one cares about the temperature minimums anyway. So here we go, we have science and we're gonna unlock parts. What are we gonna unlock? We're gonna unlock some more science, we're gonna unlock docking ports. We want docking ports, yes, space stations and stuff. And we have lots of stuff. What we build with this will be for next time, and I hope I'll see you then, because the episode is over. Bye!